In 2017, the head coach of DC's women's professional soccer team showed up at our front door with a newly signed rookie. We'd signed up to be Washington Spirit host family a few months prior, and when the day finally came to meet Lindsay, we were really excited but had a lot of questions.
We were wondering if she would like us, if we would like her, and what it would be like to share our house with somebody else. We learned a lot about each other over the next 8 months, and she became a part of the family. She ultimately paved the way for a few other players when she eventually got traded and moved away.
Today, she's retired from soccer and working in sustainability. Her 20-plus years in sports provided her with skills that helped her have a job in STEAM. She did not settle for less than she deserved, which she got from soccer.
Olivia and I are so fortunate to have grown up surrounded by female role models in STEAM. Not only Lindsay, but also our grandmothers who are in medicine, our mom and our aunt who are in pharma, and our other aunt who is an engineer. Not all girls grow up so lucky, which may be one of the reasons for the gender gap in STEAM industries. In fact, despite making up half of the workforce, women only hold 26% of jobs in science and tech industries.
But aside from not having role models to look up to, why is there a gender disparity? And what can be done? Let me ask you this. How many times have you caught yourself or heard others say things like, "You don't want to do that, it's too messy," or "for boys"? These statements perpetuate society's views on what girls can and cannot do, which then cascades down to managers, to teachers and professors, to parents, peers, and then finally to the girls themselves.
In 2015, a software company launched a recruitment marketing campaign that featured an attractive female engineer. Many would argue that this is a step in the right direction, right? But the company received a massive backlash from the public who complained that this is not what an engineer would look like. This resulted in a social media campaign, #ILookLikeAnEngineer, in order to raise awareness. If we all stop thinking of STEAM-related jobs as purely a male domain, more girls will grow up with the confidence to pursue any job that interests them, whether it's in STEAM or not.
Another potential reason for girls not moving in STEAM is social pressure. On the subject, one scientist was recently quoted as saying, "My original research showed how girls express interest in math and science in elementary school, but fall out of love with them in middle school."
In middle school, girls start finding their place in the social hierarchy. Most STEAM-related pursuits aren't as cool, so they tend to fall by the wayside. Being a nerd isn't as much as a social death sentence as it used to be, but it still might knock you off the path to becoming a prom queen.
In elementary school, Elle and I relished in STEAM activities. We attended science and math camps. We took after-school computer classes where we learned how to design and program websites and games. And we proudly displayed our science fair projects year after year, incorporating learnings from real life.
One year I did a project on molting hermit crabs. My hermit crab, Hermie, I accidentally threw away because I thought he was dead when he was actually just molting. So I hope my project that year prevented other kids from making the same mistake I did. But social pressures in middle and high school, they got the best of us. What was once celebrated is now hidden. In fact, I took chemistry this year and I loved it, but I refused to admit that to any of my friends.
We need to find a way to make science, tech, and math remain cool beyond elementary school, especially since studies have shown that what students are interested in during middle school can shape their future educational performance, degree selection, and long-term career directions. Lastly, we need to educate girls that STEAM is much more than becoming a doctor. Girls need to see that they can become an IT technician, a marine biologist, an astronaut, a chemist, or an architect. They need to be told how working in any STEAM field can change the world.
As CEOs, entrepreneurs, athletes, and businessmen and women, you are all in a unique position to use your skills, experience, and resources to help out, especially if you're working in a STEAM field. You can set yourself up as a mentor, speak in classrooms, offer internships, open your workplace up to student visits, and once hired, offer support to women to help them remain in the field. In the high-tech industry, the quit rate of women is more than double that of men at 41% versus men at 17%. Most would assume that women are leaving these positions because they don't like the work itself. However, 80% of women in science, engineering, and technology report loving their work.
Lindsay, our soccer player friend, once said, "If I learned success was full of hard work, sacrifices, and a lot about being able to get up after being knocked down." If If I would have listened to all the people who told me I wouldn't, I couldn't, I wasn't good enough, who cut me and sat me on the bench, I would have quit a long time ago. Protect your dream. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, and remember, life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or later, the one who wins is the one who thinks they can.
I want to be an entrepreneur like many of you.
And I'm looking forward to one day being a neurosurgeon.
And with hard work, determination, and help from people like you, we believe we can. Thank you.
Yes.